Good rainy afternoon from the Philippines. You know what, guys? I swear I cannot make these stories up, man. I just can't. As you know, and you've been following the channel, I've had 3 accidents here. 3 accidents that were not my fault. The first one, guy sideswiped me. Second one, guy cut too short in front of me. Third one, jeepney rear-ended me. And guys, I'm not making this up. Today, this morning, got up, 5 a.m., got around, dropped Lit off at the store, took Hannah Grace to school, coming back, and I was in the circle in Angeles City. There's a roundabout circle. I was coming out of the circle. I stopped. There were pedestrians in the road. I stopped for them, let them go. And all of a sudden, I pulled off, and a motorbike from the right side, passenger side, came right into the front end of my car. If you watch the end of the video, I got CCTV footage of the whole entire thing, so you guys can check it out. But man, I can't make this stuff up. And before anybody says it, yes, the car is getting sold. We had talked about it previously before this happened. So anyways, let me tell you what happened. Like I said, I stopped. There was a pedestrian crossing. It's raining. I always stop at pedestrian crossings here because if people are in that lane, they have the right. So I stopped. I noticed a trike right beside me stop. The people came across. I pulled out. I seen the trike pull out, kind of got in front of me. And like I said, all of a sudden, this bike out of nowhere comes right up to my right side. And the only thing I could do is hit my brake. Now, I wasn't moving fast. I mean, like I said, I just pulled away. The CCTV camera shows the whole entire thing. So I hit my brake. The bike hits the front end of the car. The bike goes down. And I just sat there. I'm like, oh my God, not again. You know, not again. And I'm like almost shaking because I'm like, holy cow, you know, I feel bad because I'm a motorbiker too. I know what it's like. So I put the car in park and I sat there. Picked up my phone. Lit wasn't with me. Called her. I said, listen, come up here. I'm up by the Shell gas station, right there at that pedestrian crossing. Come up here, and I'm here. I hit a motorbike. Okay, boom. She comes up. Meanwhile, right across the street, right by the Shell gas station, they have a little checkpoint set up. The officers that were there came over, checked the motorcycle, checked the motorbike. Person that was on the motorbike came up to me. I was in the car. I seen the driver get up, well, sit up, and then pull the helmet off and everything. They said, do you have your license and your vehicle registration? I said, yes, handed them everything. They sat there and held the umbrella for the person because it's raining, and they were holding the umbrella for the person that was sitting there. And I just waited. I mean, getting out wasn't going to do me any good. Getting out wasn't going to change anything. So I sat there and waited, and then the policeman from the Angeles City Police Department shows up. Asked me for my paperwork. I said, listen, I gave it to the other officer. They have it. They said, okay. So meanwhile, I'm waiting. Lit shows up. Ambulance shows up. And I see them load the person onto the ambulance. And I'm looking. And the person's talking. They're moving around. I don't see no blood. I don't see no blood on nothing. They put him in the ambulance, and away they go. Officer says, all right, follow me to the police station. So we had to go down to the police station, the Angeles City Police Station down by Marquee Mall. And I'm thinking the whole time, great, Angeles City Police Department. The horror stories I hear come out of the Angeles City Police Department for foreigners. And they're not good. The foreigner always gets shafted. So I'm thinking, all right, great. I got to go down there, see what's going on. So we follow him down, get down to the police station. I park, go in, and I'm talking to the officer, very friendly, very nice. And one of the things they always do here, you know, are you retired here? Yeah. Oh, what did you do? Are you retired military? They always ask retired military. I tell them, no, I'm not retired military. I'm retired law enforcement. I work in corrections. Oh, okay, okay. And, you know, a little talk back and forth. And the guy says, well, let's go check the CCTV cameras. Because I know in that circle there are CCTV cameras all over the place there. Because there's multiple accidents here, constantly. So I said, can I go? He said, yeah, you can come along. He goes, it's your right. So we go over into the city hall area now. And we go into this room, and the door opens up, and it's like NASA Control Center. The whole wall is loaded full of TVs. I mean, there had to be at least 20 TVs up there monitoring that section, plus other sections that they have cameras in. And there was about, I don't know, a dozen plus employees sitting at desks with screens in front of them, and they were looking at, you know, the screens and the monitors and everything that was going on. It was very impressive. Nice setup. So we go up to the one desk, and the guy's sitting there, and he pulls up the video. So we start watching it, see what happens. The officer's sitting there, I'm sitting there watching it, watches it, and he goes, oh! He goes, yeah, she came out of the right-hand side, came between you and the trike, came into your lane to do a left-hand turn. He said, she's at fault. I said, why? How do you deem her at fault? He said, well, first of all, she came into your lane. It was a female, by the way. She came into your lane to do a U-turn right there, and you are not allowed to do U-turns there. And you know what? That intersection right there, and that point of that road right there, people are constantly doing U-turns there, and they're not allowed. There's no sign posted there that says no U-turns. So he goes, she's at fault. And he goes, can I borrow your he goes to look, can I borrow your camera? She says yes. So he pulls out the camera, and her camera, and pushes record. So he's recording the screen and all that happened. And I said, can I record that? He said, yeah. So I pulled out my camera and I recorded the whole entire thing. So now I have it also on film, what actually happened. So we proceed to go back to the police station, and we write out a report. We're sitting there, and it was funny also because when he pulled up to the accident scene, he didn't have his camera. He asked me, can I borrow your cell phone? I said, why? He goes, I don't have my camera, I need to take pictures. So I said, okay, here you go. So he took some pictures using my phone, wrote up the report, looked at the pictures on my phone, wrote up the report, and then the leading investigating officer, he was watching everything too. He looked at the screen, he looked at everything. Now he didn't make a decision. But anyways, we were sitting there, and then the girl's sister and a family friend or boyfriend showed up, and they said that they were here on her behalf, another people talking on somebody's behalf. Meanwhile, the officer that was doing the paperwork left to go up to the hospital to see the girl, see how she was doing. So he was up there, and then he came back, and first thing I said to him is, is she okay? And he said, yeah, just bruised ribs. And I said, okay, good. They said they took x-rays of her ribs, make sure nothing was broke, just bruised, checked her out, she's good to go and everything. I'm like, great, thank God she wasn't seriously hurt. So we're sitting there, and they said, well, she's coming. I said, okay, great. So we're waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally she shows up. And she's a little tiny girl. I mean, not really tiny, but I mean thin. And I actually thought I hit a dude, because when the person took their helmet off, had a boy haircut and everything. And I said, I thought I hit a dude. And they said, no, you hit a girl, you hit a lesbian. And I'm like, oh wow. I said, I thought I hit a dude. Not that that matters, but it shocked me. So anyways, she comes walking in, and there's somebody else, an older woman that I think was her mother, and then another woman. And they came in, and she's holding her side, and the woman that was with her, not the mother, but the other woman, she gave me this glaring look. I mean, it was a glaring look. And it was one of those looks like, you know what, I could see the cash register chinging in her head. Foreigner. She told me what happened. I know what happened, because the girl that got hit on the bike told me what happened. We're gonna get him. So they go over to the screen. The officer's like, listen, we're gonna show you the screen. We're gonna show you the CCTV camera, the eye in the sky. So they hit record, and they're watching it. Officer goes, plays it through. He says to the girl, you're at fault. They go, what? No, we're not at fault. We're not at fault. She's not at fault. Officer's like, look, I'm just here to investigate the situation. Look's telling me all this. Look is interpreting to me what's all going on. I'm just here to investigate the accident. I can only show you what happened, and I can only tell you what we seen. And what we seen was you were at fault. So, you know, they were arguing. No, it wasn't our fault. It wasn't our fault. So, all right, so they're trying to argue their point and say that it was my fault. The officer said, listen, I've done multiple investigations right here in this area. Same thing, U-turns, you're not supposed to do it. People do it. If you want to file a complaint, file a report, go ahead and file a report. You can go to court, and CCTV cameras do not lie, and basically they're going to find you at fault. At that point in time, they shut their mouth. They didn't say anything. So then they said to us, if you guys want to talk about it, talk about it. Come to an agreement, which I knew this was going to happen. So the officers left the room, and I'm sitting down in the seat, and all of a sudden, all of them were standing in front of me with these sad puppy eyes. I knew what was happening. I knew exactly what was going on. I was prepared for it. They said, sir, we don't have money for medication. Sir, she's not going to be able to work for almost 2 months. Now here's the thing. When she came in, I knew she had a rib injury and got hurt. I knew it wasn't broke. So what I did was I observed her when she came in. All right, she came walking in, holding her side and everything. But in the course of talking and stuff, you know, she was smiling, she was turning, she wasn't sitting down, she was standing, even coughed a few times. And I noticed, I've had broken ribs and I've had bruised ribs. And trust me, coughing, if you've had broken ribs, they hurt. So coughing definitely makes it hurt. A chuckle even makes it hurt, and standing and moving and twisting is going to make it hurt. So I observed her, and she was not wincing in pain. Like I said, she was laughing, even coughed a few times. And don't say, oh, they gave her medication at the hospital. No, they didn't. It doesn't work like that in the Philippines. Unless you're admitted, from my understanding, if you're admitted, they will give you medication, and if they don't even have the medication there, they will make you or the person you're with go over to the pharmacy and buy it and come back. So they had given her a prescription for medication. And like I said, she was laughing and kidding and joking and coughing. So come on, I've had broken ribs, and like I said, if you've had it, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm sitting there, the puppy eyes come out and everything, and I knew this was going to happen. So here's what I did. I said, all right, here's what we're going to do. How much was your doctor's visit? To go to the hospital, to get the x-rays, and then for them to release you. They told me. I said, all right. They never charged you for an ambulance ride. I don't know if they do that here or not, but they never charged her. But I know how much they charge back in the States because I used one time, and it is ridiculous. Pathetic how much they charge. Anyways, how much is your medication? And they told me. I said, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I will pay your doctor, I will pay your x-ray, and I will pay your prescription. Now, mind you, prior to the officers leaving, they flat out said, you don't have to pay them nothing. You're not obligated to give them nothing. You don't have to give them a penny, nothing. Basically saying they were at fault. If anybody should pay anybody because they were at fault, they should have been paying me, which I knew I didn't want to go that route. So I told them, I said, listen, I'll pay your medical, I'll pay your x-ray, and I'll pay your prescription. I said, that's the best I can do. And they were fine with it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's how that worked out. Got my car, minor damage on the car, minor damage on her bike. But yeah, like I said, I can't make this up if I try. Car is getting sold. It's cursed. However you do cursed. Here's the thing I want to tell you guys before I show you the CCTV footage. If you're in the Philippines and you're driving around, you can drive up to 90 days on a foreign license. But after that, you need to be here at least a year. It's crazy. I know it's nuts how it works. You have to show proof that you've been here for a year. It's crazy. I know people go down to LTO and they get a license. Good for you. If you are here and you have a driver's license, and you even have a Filipino driver's license, and you're here legally allowed to drive, if you do not have a motorcycle stamp on your driver's license, you cannot operate a motorcycle. Because you have a license doesn't entitle you to drive a motorcycle. You need that endorsement on your license. And trust me, after talking to them today, they flat out said, listen, if you didn't have a license, you'd have been at fault. You'd have been at fault because you know what? You don't have a license. Not only that, you're a foreigner here and you don't have a license. If you were on a motorbike and you were in an accident and you didn't have that motorcycle endorsement on your license, you would be at fault. So if you're coming here and you're over 90 days, and there are a lot of people here over 90 days with their driver's license, and oh, I'm going to rent a motorbike and I'm going to go here and I'm going to go there. If you don't have that license and that motorcycle stamp, and something happens, you're going to be at fault. And you know what? You say, oh, accidents don't happen to me. I'm careful. I'm careful. You know what? I'm careful too. 4 accidents, 4 times now, not my fault. It was somebody else's fault. So you could be driving around here and you can be as careful as you want, and somebody can cause you to be in an accident. And guess what? If you don't have them endorsements and you don't have them license, it can cost you a lot of money. They will find you guilty because you don't have those licenses. Anyways, guys, I'm going to show you this CCTV film footage that I got, and I guess I'll just kind of walk you through what happened. And you guys can see, and all you experts out there, because I know there's some experts out there that are going to say, it was my fault. You guys leave your 2 cents also. So anyways, let me show you this video. Alright guys, so here I am. I'm going to pause it. Right here, this is me in the car. This is the motorbike right here to the right. We come up to the, pause it again, we come up to the pedestrian walkway right here. There's people here walking. I stop, everybody stops. Now right here is where everybody does this U-turn. They come right up here and do a U-turn. You're not allowed to do a U-turn there. So like I said, I stop, everybody stops. Come to a stop. You can see the motorbike right here starting to come over. And what's going to happen is the trike here is going to take off. I'm going to start taking off. The motorbike is going to cut between us, and there's nothing I can do but hit my brakes. See? Came right over. Yeah, they had their turn signal on, but they had their turn signal on way back here, if you noticed. But she cut right in front there, like between me and the trike. There's nothing I can do but hit my brakes. So, boom, there it is. She was coming over here to do a U-turn. And nothing I can do but hit my brakes. And that's how it went.